Welcome to Mornings with the Focus. It's August 16th. We got a little bit to talk about as always. Feel free to join the conversation via the comment section. It's really that simple. If you guys want to call in, that works too. I'll drop the link if we get to that point. We're going to start with a little WNBA news like I told you guys yesterday. Right now, it's just a little, literally, I can't even say quiet time. Literally, the postseason officially starts tomorrow. But just a little bit of regular season news before we wrap everything up. The peak performance list came out yesterday. It was really just, who led the league. A couple important statistical categories. Sylvia Fowles led the league in rebounds in her final season with 9.8 per game. Brianna Stewart led the league in points, averaging 21.8, while Natasha Cloud broke the hold that Courtney Vandersloot had on the assist, on leading the league in assists. The Washington Floor General averaged 7 assists per game. You got both Stewie and Cloud, their respective teams, will be facing each other on Thursday in the first round of this year's WNBA playoffs. And to Big Sil, once again, just shout out to her on a great career. One of the most dominant bigs that league seen. Wish her well in her retirement. Just a little bit of NBA news real quick. The Brooklyn, you remember last year when Ben's issues with the Sixers and everything, and part of it was with trying to get some of the recoup some of that $20 million that was withheld from him. Well, came out yesterday. All-Star guard Ben Simmons and his former team, the Sixers, reached a settlement agreement on a grievance Simmons filed to recoup a portion of the nearly $20 million withheld from him as a result of his failure to play games in the 21-22 season. Per ESPN, both sides agreed to confidentiality on the exact financial settlement reached, but it looks like that has come to a resolution. And if a team chose to come to a settlement with said player, I'm sure feel like he got close to most of what he was owed, at least, at the very least, a little bit more than half. Otherwise, if you were, could have let this run its whole course and fight it, but they didn't. Some NFL news. Niners free safety Jimmy Ward pulled a hamstring Sunday in practice. It will be out for, quote, some time. As of Ward missed the September 11th opener against the Chicago Bears, Shanahan said that was a possibility. That there's a chance. It was a pretty bad hamstring injury. It's not like the other two guys. We'll see here over the next couple of weeks how it plays out. As for what that means for the Niners, right now both starting cornerbacks are out with injury, but as I just said, it seems like Jimmy and starting safeties injury is worse than both of the corners. They're breaking in a new strong safety this year, a second-year player in Talanoa Funga. In terms of who would be filling in for Jimmy Ward, you'd be choosing between Tavarius Moore, who's been in the system, been here before, drafted here, but he tore his Achilles last season, missed all of the year. And then, special teams ace George Odom, who came over from the Colts this season. Between the two of them, we'll see how things shake out the rest of preseason. I know they got joint practice with the Vikings this week. So we see who does what with the reps, right? Get to start at free safety come week 1 if Jimmy is indeed not able to go. The Buccaneers signed former Raider outside linebacker defensive end Carl Nassib to a 1-year deal. We had the Seahawks in the trade with Philadelphia. They acquired wide receiver tight end J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I know Octavia's happy about that. In exchange for defensive back Ugo Amadi on Monday. I know for Philly, seems like they get someone who could really help on special teams. Some depth at DB, obviously. For the Seahawks, I don't know what they're going to do with JJ. I know he moved from wide receiver to tight end recently. Maybe they can figure out something to do there with them. Or they put him back at wide receiver and find a way to get the most out of him. Who knows? One of the things kind of interesting going on in New England, A lot of reports we share with you guys about all the struggles that have been happening offensively. Well, offensive play calling in the Patriots' first preseason game was split between Joe Judge and Matt Patricia. As of now, head coach Bill Belichick hasn't named an offensive coordinator. Whoever's named will eventually end up being the successor to the now Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels. Many are curious about that part of the Pats operation, especially since you had two assistants, both splitting the duties of calling plays for the offense. Only time will tell if someone's named, if one is named over the other, or if it just continues to be a collaborative affair, which would also be rather intriguing going into the regular. I don't foresee a team going into the regular season like that, but we'll see. Something else going on in the league, y'all. After the first week of preseason, cuts. These 90-man rosters have to get down to 53 at some point. Here's the key dates. Today, August 16th, is one of those dates. I believe it's at 1 p.m. Eastern. Teams have to be down from 90 to 85 players. Tuesday, the 23rd. So next week, they have to go down to 80, and then the really big cut is the 30th of August when they go down to 53. So I'm just gonna share some teams who've already made the cut down to 85. The Bills released Jalen Werdemeyer, Derek Kirkstetter, Jordan Simmons, and Elijah Griffin. The Dolphins and Pats have yet to release anybody. The Jets have released Keshawn Abraham, a wide receiver. The Ravens knocked out their 5 already. I'm sorry, 4 of their 5. Corey Clement, Devon Williams, Robert Jackson, and Denzel Williams. The Bengals have released Shamari Jones, wide receiver Puka Williams Jr., quarterback Abu Darami Soare. The Browns have let go of Derek Dillon and Reggie Robinson. The Steelers let go of Javon McKinley and linebacker Tuzar Skipper. The Texans, they knocked out all 5. They're down to 85 already. Running back B.J. Emmons, wide receiver Chad Beebe, wide receiver Davion Davis, Jordan Jenkins, defensive end, and long snapper Harrison Elliott. The Colts have released Jason Spriggs. The Jacksonville Jaguars have let go of Jake Luton, Matt Coburn II, Ryan McDaniel, Wyatt Ray, and kicker Elliott Fry. The Titans have let go of Brandon Lewis, center Daniel Munyer, DBs Terrell Bonds, and Michael Griffin. The Broncos have let go of Ben Braden. Kansas City Chiefs have let go of Omar Bayless and Gary Jennings, both wide receivers. Offensive tackle Evan Cezarzik and then cornerback Lonnie Johnson Jr. The Raiders have let go of wide receiver Jordan Vesey. The Chargers, Brandon Peters, Maurice French, Isaac Weaver, Forrest Merrill, and Skylar Thomas have all been released. The Cowboys have yet to cut down to 85. New York cut 3 players: Josh Revis, defensive back Michael Jacquet, and defensive back Gerard Wilson. The Eagles have let go of Carrick Weekfall, William Dunkel, and linebacker Ali Fayyad. Washington football team is yet to make any cuts at this point. Chicago Bears have let go of Carson Taylor, Christian Albright, and C.J. Avery. Detroit Lions, Nolan Given, Garrett Griffin, Ryan McCollum. Green Bay Packers, they still have 1 more to go, but so far it's been Colt Snyder, Devontae Vaughn, Gabe Brick, and Steven Wirtel. The Vikings and Falcons have yet to cut anyone. The Panthers have released more than 5. Darius Bradwell, Andrew Parchment, Nate Becker, Wyatt Miller, Kamal Martin, Devin Jones, and Chris Westry. The Saints have also released more than 5. They've let go of 10, so they're already ahead. They're already down to 80, the Saints are. I'm not going to name all 10, but they're already down to 80. Tampa Bay has yet to release anyone. The Cardinals, they're down to 85 by letting go of Ronnie Rivers, Greg Long, Guy Dubisky, Kingsley Kiki, Breon Borders. The Rams have yet to let go of 5 folks yet. The Niners have made their 5. Fullback Josh Hokett, wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson, defensive lineman Tomasi Lowley, Darquez Denara, which the only reason that's news is Sam Womack had the rookie Sam Womack 2 interceptions in our first preseason game. A lot of folks figured he would be in the running to land that nickel spot for San Francisco, and that's a big nod of confidence to him to let go the only person that was ahead of him on the depth chart. They also let go defensive back, safety Leon O'Neal. The Seahawks let go of Deontay Alexander, Keenan Forbes, Eric Wilson, Antonio Valentino, and Josh Valentine Turner to get down to 85. So again, this is the first of 3 consecutive Tuesdays in which NFL teams will be cutting down their roster. That's gonna do it all for today. I'll give you guys a couple more if there's anything that you guys wanted to get into to talk about. Again, all you have to do is hit the comment section, get into it. But outside of that, remind me that every week, Wednesday morning, so tomorrow morning, you can tune in here. Obviously, you're more than encouraged to, and also check out this week's installment of the Focus TV. Got a lot that we're gonna get through tonight. What are we on? Octavia's going to talk some NFC East. Ray's going to fill you guys in on the Mystics and the end of their regular season. We're going to talk some WNBA playoffs, some DC United updates, and then rapid fire, which should be fun because I'm sure some of the things that I mentioned today we'll get into this morning, rather that we'll get into. But again, it's a reminder every morning between 9:30 and 10 we get started here. You guys are more than welcome to join the conversation, steer the conversation, lead the conversation if you want. All you have to do is hit the comment section. So again, gonna enjoy this second week of preseason football. Obviously, before that, above that, we got the postseason, the WNBA. Again, games start tomorrow night. So tomorrow, Thursday night, be the first 2 days of playoff games rather, and we'll be looking forward to that. We'll be talking about the results of those, in the following mornings. But no one in the comment section. You guys have a good day. See you guys tomorrow.